the wild winds call. Jasper's walking, taking pictures of it all. Boots on the ground, heart in the sky, following the blazes, just a rambling guy. Through the valleys, over the hills, chasing that freedom, feeling the thrill. With every sunrise, he's finding his way, living the dream, one step a day. Trail named Jasper, walking on through, Bruce Trail bound with a camera view, hiking the ridges, chasing the light. Like and subscribe.
I'm not sure how well it's showing in the GoPro, but we have some beautiful dawn color in the sky. My trusty camper van parked for the next couple of days. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to what I believe is actually the 7th of October. No, it can't be. Just a second now. The 9th is Thursday. 8th is Wednesday. 7th is Tuesday. It's the 6th of October today. Monday, the 6th of October. Yeah, it is. I know Thursday's the 9th because I have a medical, a high appointment on Thursday, and I know it's the 9th. Hey, again, good morning, everybody. Jasper here. Who else would it be? And welcome to my day. So today, well, it's early. It's about around 6:30, 6:45 maybe. Not that early. We're just starting out on a 2-day hike, 50 kilometers over the 2 days. It's a 25-kilometer out, an overnight camp at a Bruce Trail overnight rest area, and a 25-kilometer hike back to where we parked the van tomorrow. The weather today, during the day, is supposed to be nice, sunny, continuing today with the weather we've been having. And then tonight, things start to change apparently. We're going to be getting rain coming in, but for tonight or later tonight, maybe early morning, and then through tomorrow, rain on and off, which is going to usher in some colder temperatures. So that actually works well insofar as what we're doing on this particular hike. But you know what? I'm going to fill you in a little bit more a little bit later. Right now, let's just start laying down some of these miles we have to do today. Isn't this just beautiful forest through here? It's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous through here. So right now we're in the Beaver Valley section of the Bruce Trail. We'll actually be camping tonight in the Sydenham section. But right now, still in the Beaver Valley section. It's still early. It's still a little bit dark in here, but hope the GoPro is capturing. One thing about a GoPro, if you watched a video a couple of days ago, the day hike, we talked about the new GoPro Hero 9 that I'm using. Obviously it's not new. I think we're up to GoPro 14s now. But before I bought this one, I did compare it to the DJI sports camera edition 4 and edition 5, and it did seem like that the DJI Osmo Sports Cam, which is just like a GoPro essentially, but it does have a better low light capability. But I think that's the only benefit over the GoPro. GoPros have never been great for low light, but I do like GoPro. This hike, well, we're testing out some new equipment. Yep. Hopefully you've seen my unboxing and setup of a tent, which is the Underwood Aggregator trekker, which is a trekking pole, one-man trekking pole tent. Ultra light at 2 pounds, 2 ounces, and it's a single wall. So we've done an unboxing, as you know, and an initial setup, which went quite smoothly, really. Well, now we're going to try it out. And I picked today because of chances of rain tonight, because that particular tent has a mixed bag of reviews, but people talk about not being as waterproof as it should be along some of the corner seam seals. And that's not a problem because, again, I can actually seam seal myself the tent. But it'd be interesting to see how we find it. So some rain tonight would be okay. Secondly, we picked up a new backpack. Well, when I say new backpack, new to me backpack, we are sporting, and I'll show you it later, because it packs so well, just packed so well, is the Granite Gear Crown 60 litre. Yeah, and I have no idea overall how that pack is going to perform over the next couple of days, but we paid $50 for a first edition, a first generation Granite Gear Crown 60 litre. Again, that's an ultralight pack from Granite Gear, coming in at 2 pounds at 1 ounce. That's without the brain. I don't use the brain on this particular pack. I do like the roll down top, which is the same as my Nature Hike 60 litre and the Hyperlight 55 litre that I had before that. And I like those closures. So I picked this one up used, but in decent condition for its age, for sure, for $50. Anyhow, so that's the pack we're sporting, and as you now know, we'll be trying out a new tent. So if you haven't, please go to basically back a video and take a look at the unboxing and the initial setup of the Underwood Aggregator trekker tent. It's called trekker because it's a trekking pole tent. Again, single wall, ultralight at 2.2 ounces. So hang on, the tent is 2.2 and the pack is 2.1. I'm not sure the numbers I just told you, but tent 2.2 ounces and pack 2.1. So 4.3 ounces for 2 of the big 3 items. That's pretty damn good for the pack and the tent. 4.3 ounces, 4 pounds 3 ounces. That's pretty damn good. Yeah, nice and light. I'm not sure about the tent. I did see some initial concerns when I set it up, but we'll talk more about that later. We'll see. We'll see. Oh yeah, blue sky. Although the red sky this morning, well, that's the sailor's warning, as I say. It's supposed to rain tonight. So all you sailors out there have been duly warned. Take a little peek while we have a break right here. Oh, by the way, let's just take a little look. at my view. Yeah. Isn't that sweet? You see that? The escarpment on the far side of Beaver Valley, which you would go across if you were on the Bruce, doing a through hike on the Bruce. You'd be going right over those hills and so on. The farms, the barns in the valley, and the beautiful fields, fall colors. Yeah. Anyhow, before I was so easily sidetracked by God's creation, the pack. So here is the Granite Gear Crown 60. Again, this is the first version, so it is an old pack for sure. But you know what? It packs together so well. So well. And right now, that pack is carrying around, oh, you know what? I'm going to say 25 pounds. Maybe 26 pounds. If that. My scale said 22 pounds, but it just felt a little bit more than that. It's hard to say. But anyhow, I just wanted to show you the pack we got, the $50 pack. I just wanted to show you that because for a Granite Gear, regardless of its age, it's solid, its construction is very good. So for $50, you can't go wrong. Okay. Okay. So, as we're making our way down the trail, and look again how beautiful this trail is. I mean, on a morning like today with the sunshine just illuminating, saturating the colors, it's just gorgeous. The leaves on the trail, they crunch underfoot. It's just beautiful. It really is. Hear the leaves. Yeah, there you go. You can hear them now. Anyhow, so first of all, I hope you guys have enjoyed or are enjoying the videos uploaded from the UK expedition this year, 2025. England and Scotland, where we did the coast to coast in England. And then we moved up to Glasgow and we did the West Island Way for the third time. And then, once we finished the West Island Way, we continued even further north on the Great Glen Way from Fort William to Inverness, taking me to the farthest point north I've been in Scotland. And of course, we took a look around Inverness, and we even took a peek at the John O'Groats Trail, Inverness to Land's End. About 150 miles that trail. Anyhow, hope you've enjoyed those. And then of course when we came back, we talked about doing the Rideau Trail. Well, the videos from the Rideau Trail are going to be uploaded. I would say start to be uploaded in just a few days. So please stay tuned for that series of videos, because that was an exciting trail, and that was the second time I've attempted the Rideau Trail. 350 kilometers from Kingston to Ottawa. Yeah. So that's up and coming. And oh, something else we're trying out today, by the way. As you know, we did buy, well, again, new to me, a GoPro Hero 9, because the 8 needed to be replaced. Well, yesterday arrived a pack of 2 new batteries for that GoPro, because it just came with one, and a small charge block. And we're trying out those new batteries right now as we speak. So we'll see the longevity, see how they charge, how much power they draw from our power pack, our battery bank, and so on. Because you need to have all the information you can get on all the gear you use, or at least I do. So yeah, and no, this is not an announcement video in any way, shape or form. It's way too early for that. But my mind is dancing around. Oh, it's dancing around certain trails for the upcoming, or for next year's 2026 is through hiking season. Unless something changes and I end up in some other part of the world, I will have no other kind of major through hikes for 2025. They're all done. But for next year, well, my mind never stops. It just never stops dancing around the possibilities. So the things we're looking at is, well, first of all, I do the Rideau Trail because, well, the last 2 years I've done the Rideau Trail because Joanne, her family lives in Cornwall and she likes to go and visit them. So we do that at the end of the summer. For a couple of weeks, she goes and visits. I don't want to hang around Cornwall, so I bus or train to Kingston and I do the Rideau Trail. And it looks like I may be doing that for a third time in 2026 next year. So that might be one trail. But thinking of other trails, I would like, depends on funds of course, and that's always a challenge, but I would like to go back to the UK and possibly, well, I'd love to do the coast to coast again. I thoroughly enjoyed that trail and I'd love to do it again. But I was also thinking of some different trails in the UK. There's a trail that runs all the way along the Welsh and English border, and it's referred to as Ophir's Dyke, named after King Ophir, I understand. I think it's about 180 miles, I think, but I could be wrong when I quote that number. And apparently it's quite a challenging trail. A lot of elevation gain and so on. But anyhow, that is one possibility. Again, it's not even penciled in. It's just one of the trails my mind is dancing around. Another trail, well, as I said, the coast to coast, I would love to do that again. Another trail, I mean, my mind is just kind of dancing around, is indeed the John O'Groats from Inverness to Land's End, which would take me right to the very top of Scotland, and as far north as you could go in Scotland. So that is also dancing around in my head. But of course, if I'm going to go to the UK, well, that then becomes a major expense of flights and so on, and you know, everything's so expensive in the UK. It costs. It's one thing about the Ontario trails. I can bus or train or maybe hitch a ride, depending where it is, but relatively inexpensively. I mean, you know, a few $100s maybe of transportation needs, rather than, you know, a $1,200 or $1,500 airline ticket, and then a few $100s more on top of that for my trains and buses and stuff in the UK. So it does become quite a financial challenge. Anyhow, another one I'm thinking of, yes I am, is staying in Ontario and doing our very own Bruce Trail. Yeah. And that, if I did that, that would be my 7th attempt of the Bruce Trail. But I do enjoy the Bruce, and again, it's my home trail. It's got the easiest travel to get to, whether I stop Nobo or Sobo. I can go train bus down to Niagara, and start the trail right from the Queenston Park, or Queenston Heights Park, pushing north. 900 kilometers. Nice, sizable trail. 600 miles. So yeah, that's also a possibility. Now, if you recall, in 2022 when did the Appalachian, we overstayed our welcome. So I had a 3-year ban from entering the United States. I don't know if you guys recall, but we came down past this cornfield back when these corn stalks were like, I don't know, a foot tall, maybe 1.5 feet tall. Look at them now. Now they're 8+ feet tall. Descending down the side trail to the Ambrose overnight rest area. Now this is not where we're going to spend the night. We are going to take a little break here, maybe even make a coffee. There's a shelter, fire pit, log seats, and there was a chair inside, like a foldable chair. We'll see if it's still there. I have no idea. Yes, it is. Folded up. Right there. There's a logbook also. We can see who's been. It's been, I don't know, maybe a few months since I was here. Oh, knocking stuff over. Supply of firewood. Remnants of the last resident. Oh, maybe not. Okay, there's a spring creek just down here. Let's go filter some water, make a coffee, and maybe have half of a Black Forest and cheddar cheese sandwich. Oh yeah. The Starbucks Colombian medium roast. Little packs that I usually pack out for my coffee when I have them. I like these a lot. And sometimes I just use a powdered instant in a baggie, but I just like these Starbucks. My stove working away. Oh, getting hot. Here I have a sandwich cut into 2 halves, which is my Black Forest and sharp cheddar. I have one of those little oranges. Break time. It's just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous day. Take a look, see. Just take a look up the side trail that we came down. And then the trees, colors, sunshine, blue sky. It's very, very, very nice. Okay. I'm going to turn off my stove and make my coffee. earlier today, we mentioned our tent and pack, empty of course, empty pack, came in at 4.3 pounds. So that's 2 of our big 3. The big 3 being your pack, your carrying system, which is your pack, your shelter, which is your tent, and your sleep system. Your sleep system is comprised of your sleeping bag, any sleeping bag liner you may or may not use, any kind of sleeping pad that you may or may not use. All that becomes part of your sleep system. And those things are considered your most changeable weights in your, what we call base weight of your pack. We refer to them as the big 3. Again, the big 3, because we can do more with those 3 items to change the base weight. Base weight, keep in mind, is everything you carry with you other than consumables. Consumables are things, anything that reduces its weight as it is consumed. It could be something as such as toothpaste, although I always keep my toothpaste in my kind of bathroom kit, and it's part of my base weight. But food and water, primarily, they're consumables. So is, say, gas in your butane cylinder. Oh yeah, it's a consumable. However, I still consider that part of my base weight. What I don't consider part of my base weight is definitely food and water. And neither should you. So, if you start off with the best possible base weight to keep you comfortable, gear you can afford, and if you can keep that weight number as low as possible, then you're off to a good start. So for me, we've already talked about my pack that I'm using today, the tent I'm using today. That comes in at 4.3 pounds. Then I have my Patagonia down long sleeping bag. I have my Woods synthetic bag liner. I have my Thermarest Neo Air ultralight sleeping pad, inflatable. When you add those into the equation, then my big 3 is 7.1 pounds. Yeah, 7.1. So that, I believe, is considered reasonable. I consider that good. I do. I consider it good. You know, a backpack at, 2.1 pounds. Or sorry, 2 pounds, 1 ounce. Yeah. And a tent at 2.2 ounces. These are good. These are all good. So 7.1 pounds, around 7 pounds, is my big 3. My big 3. Yeah. That gives me a significant amount of weight space for my cook system, my water filtration system, my clothing, rain gear, poofy jackets, this type of thing that I'm going to be carrying in my pack, because you don't wear your rain gear every day. Other items such as, say, I carry a small Tupperware bowl, of course, with your spoon or spork or whatever you use to eat with. That's part of your kitchen set or part of your cook set. All things like that. Things such as camera gear. Oh yeah, oh yeah. We vlog, such as navigation gear, communication gear. Oh yeah, you have a cell phone, battery packs to keep everything charged. Battery pack cables, charging cables for all your gear, batteries for all your gear. Any kind of first aid kit band-aids, bandages, any kind of polysporin type antibiotic creams, anything, medication you may take. Oh yeah, all these things go into base weight calculations. And then you add your food and water to come up with your pack weight. And that's what you'd be carrying. So today, even though my big 3 is 7 pounds 1 ounce, 7 pounds 1 ounce, even though that's the case, I'm still at, well, my Air Canada luggage weighing thing told me I was at 10 kilos right on. That did include 600 ml of electrolyte water. So there is some water in there. There's a pound or more right there. But anyhow, so that's what, 22 pounds. That's total. That's with my food, my snacks, everything that I'm going to consume. And as I say, that 600 ml of water is my pack, part of my pack weight. I'm not carrying camp water, which is another 2 liters on top of that. That'd be another 4.4 pounds, so that would take us up to 26, 27 pounds-ish. That's with camp water. So we would be sub 30 pounds on this particular hike. Now on a longer hike, the only difference is you're carrying all the same gear. You have to have your shelter, your batteries, your sleeping bag, inflatable pad, whatever it is you sleep on, your battery packs, and toothpaste, toothbrushes, all these things. So they're always the same. What isn't the same is the amount of food you carry. That can jump up drastically. For instance, if you're going, say, 4 days before the next resupply, then you might be at 10 pounds of food. It includes bars, food, coffee, whatever. You know, your ramen noodles, your individual spam pouches, individual chicken pouches, bacon jerky, whatever. All the foods you're going to need. Could be bagels, could be some kind of tortillas, bread, peanut butter, whatever. So if you're up at 10 pounds, then you're going to add, I think we were up at 26 or whatever we said. So now we're 36 pounds, thereabouts. So I have a goal when I've got camp water and say 4 days of food, all my gear, I want to try to stay at sub 35 pounds. Sub 35 pounds. And then as each day progresses, as I head towards my next resupply, that weight will go down. Before you know it, we'll be at 30 pounds, then the upper 20s. And then of course, mid 20s. And then of course we arrive at the next town and we resupply and we start all over again. Yeah. So my point is, base weight is important because it's what you start with. You get your base weight down, it's going to help, of course, keep your total weight down. The day progresses very, very, very well. The sunshine warmed up a lot. It's about 1 o'clock now after lunch in the afternoon. We'll be having our actual lunch break. Oh, in a while. Not yet, but in a while. So I just want to take this opportunity to talk to you about, remind you of, I'm sure you're aware of it if you follow and support our channel, the Buy Me a Coffee program. If you get value out of our videos and what we're doing, watching the channel, then if you would consider supporting the channel on our Buy Me a Coffee program. So what that means is we looked at several different ways, and the easiest way is to simply e-transfer your gift, a loonie, a toonie, whatever, to trailnamejasper@gmail.com. Yeah, the easiest way to support our channel. And every dollar that we receive goes into, well, exactly what we're doing today. Testing new gear, Today, as you know, we're looking at the Underwood tent, the Granite Gear Crown backpack. Yeah, so again, if you would consider and join the other people that have, and thank you so much to everyone that has contributed, it's greatly appreciated. Again, just email your e-transfer your gift to trail name Jasper. Woo, bright sunshine as we come out to this backcountry road. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Whew. Clouds are building. Yeah, we're supposed to get rain tonight. Anyhow, sorry. E-transfer your gift, your buy me a coffee gift to trailnamejasper@gmail.com. And again, thank you so very, very much to the people that have seen fit to do that and to support our channel that way. Thank you. It means so much. Makes it all worthwhile. Okay. Let's just keep, well, that sun's quite warm. Let's just keep pushing as we always do. Beautiful little spot right at the side of this bridge. Lots of nice, clear, cool running water. Yeah. So we'll be filtering a little bit of that. There's water at camp, or just before you get to camp, just before you start the climb up to the rest area, or where we're going to camp tonight. There is a stream, so we're going to get camp water there, but we are going to top up our electrolyte water from right here. Yeah, my sandwich. It's good. I'm ready for my sandwich now. I know I've said this many times, and I know that you know I've said this many times, but I absolutely love the back country gravel roads, the barns, the farm fields. Oh yeah. And especially this time of year, the colors. There's a nice, beautiful green field with what I believe is winter wheat. That's what I think it's called. They plant it like, well, I guess now, and then it grows to a certain height. I don't know, a little bit taller, 4 or 5 inches, and then it just stays like that over the winter. And then in the spring, as soon as the snow is off the field, it just grows like a bugger. And I think by the end of April-ish, they're harvesting. I think that's what it is. Winter wheat. Yeah. Barn over there. Absolutely beautiful. And again, especially with these colors. Yeah. Well, we've made it to camp. My tent, my shelter, my Underwood one-person trekking pole tent. So you know what? I don't know. I've got my bedroll set up inside, and it's quite comfortable, and there's actually quite a bit of space in there. And I'm actually happy with that. I tried to increase the space a little bit using a technique that we use quite often on single wall trekking pole tents, and that is to use a stick and pull the guy lines up. But there's still the sagging at the bottom, and I cannot pull that out further at the bottom. Okay, so you know what? Work in progress. But the tent looks fine. And as I'd mentioned before, when we did the initial setup of this tent, it's very, very, very stable. It would take a lot of wind to disrupt that. Secondly, and I'm going to rush a little bit here, and I'll tell you why. I've got a nice little log here, my pack, that's my Granite Gear Crown 60. You know what? I'm just not sure what's going on. The top of the back kind of, how can I explain it? The back padding, if you will, is kind of digging into my neck. Is it the wrong size? Have I got it not adjusted right? Don't know. But for the last 2 or 3 hours today, it was really quite uncomfortable. And I'm not carrying a heavy load, so that concerns me. If I was up at 35 pounds instead of, say, 25 pounds, that would be a huge problem. Thirdly, the GoPro 9. As you know, it's new to us. But for some reason, and I've looked and looked and looked at the settings and I can't figure out, but for some reason we're kind of taking up more storage space on our micro SD card than we should be. Which means the card I have for this particular trip is almost full, well, pretty much full. So if it just quits right now, that's because it's full. But we are going to end this particular 2-day hike video here. I'm going to be hiking back tomorrow, but I do want to keep you informed on what goes on with this tent tonight, especially in this rain that's supposedly coming. But I also want to look at the condensation and several other things. And, you know, is it a keeper? Is it a returner? Who knows? So when I get back home and I can put in another SD card, we'll sit at my computer desk and I'll bring you up to speed. Because I have no idea why. I've looked at all the settings. I have it 1080p. I have a 24 frames per second cinematic, which is a cinematic. I'm not backing up into anything else, you know, a 5K or a 4K or, you know, a 2.7K kind of storage. I'm just using 1080p, 24 frames, linear. Not sure why it's gobbling up all the data on the card or the data space on the card. So, having said that, unless I get it figured out tonight, we're going to kind of talk to you from probably my front porch with my little dog Luna, a cup of Ovaltine or a cup of coffee, and we'll bring you up to speed. Talk to you then.